Louis Cardinals have been the best team in the National League in the month of May with a record of 10-3. It all starts with pitching, where the Cardinals staff posts the league's best ERA at 2.79. The Redbirds' bats have exploded in May as well. Their 24 home runs are tops in the NL, and they have walked a league-leading 71 times. During the Cardinals' 8-game win streak, the defense has come up big as well, making outstanding plays that fire up the red-hot Redbirds. Tonight on Fox Sports Net, the Cardinals trying for their 9th win in a row as they battle the struggling Pirates at PNC Park. The 8th straight victory for the Cardinals last night came at a price as Fernando Vina was hit by a pitch. He won't play tonight, but Bobby Bowe picked up the slack, his 3rd home run for the insurance, and an 8-3 victory. If they are to make it 9 straight, Darryl Kile will have to do it. He'll make the start here tonight. We're at PNC Park, close to 30,000 in attendance as this long road trip continues. It's game 2 of a 3-game set. The Cardinals and the Pirates this evening on Fox Sports Net. Alongside of Al Raboski, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, everybody, and certainly interesting to hear Mike Shannon and Steve Blass talk about Rick Ankiel. But starting pitching is where it really starts for the St. Louis Cardinals. Mike Matthews, as we told you, last night will make the start Friday night in Philadelphia. We hope to have Mark McGwire back in the lineup maybe as early as June. So things are looking up and a chance to win 9 straight here tonight.
Absolutely, and you feel awfully good about having Darryl Kile on the mound. But yet, when you look inside the numbers, you say that he has struggled against these Pirates, and he has his highest ERA, or 3rd highest of this. We see Andy Bennis is throwing well. Matt Morris has just been outstanding. He will go tomorrow afternoon. Dustin Hermanson won last night for 4 out of 5 decisions. And big Darryl Kile goes here tonight. His team high 9th start. He is 5-2. Good ERA, and it's on the decline, but he has struggled against the Pirates in the past.
Darryl Kile, part of our Chrysler Jeep starters, and he'll go against Jason Schmidt, just making his 2nd start of the season.
Yeah, Jason Schmidt is a big horse with these guys. He came off the disabled list. He had shoulder surgery, and then he had a rib cage muscle, but he pitched 5 2/3 innings. The only victory they had on their most recent road trip, he defeated in a combined shutout against Milwaukee.
Chance for Kile to become the 2nd 6-game winner in the National League. And coming up tonight on Fox Sports Net, game 2 of this 3-game set, you know that man will be out there, Albert Pujols, and so will Craig Paquette, filling in at 2nd for Fernando Vina. The first pitch comes your way next. Baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. By your local Chrysler and Jeep dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Cardinals on Fox Sports Net. By Pennzoil, protection under the toughest conditions. By Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. For tires and complete auto service, all you need is Dobbs. And by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, 1 mission, low fares. Southwest Airlines. Paquette to lead things off, and we're underway here at PNC Park. Dan McLaughlin, Al Raboski. 60 degrees here at PNC Park as Paquette is filling in for Fernando Vina, who is day-to-day with that sore ankle. Good news was he didn't break a bone or do anything serious to that ankle, and Paquette skies this one down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll turn now to our Southwest Airlines starting lineup. Paquette to lead things off, followed by Polanco, Edmonds, the red-hot Pujols, Drew, Bonilla, Langford, Matheny, and Darryl Kile on the mound for St. Louis. 28-year-old Jason Schmidt is making the start, the right-hander for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He's their best. He's had trouble in the first couple innings, then he'll get into a little bit of a groove. His best pitch is a fastball, but yet he doesn't have supreme confidence in that. So if we get men on base, they should look off speed.
Paquette has not led off many times in his career, but the reason why he is leading off, number 1, because of the injury to Vina. Number 2, when you have an 8-game winning streak, you don't want to mess with your lineup too much. And so the only change is at the top of the order with Paquette in there and Vina out. The next to him, ripped just foul, and Paquette, of course, had a pair of doubles back-to-back last night. He was 2 for 3.
I think on the most recent homestand was the first time Craig ever batted in the leadoff spot. Polanco, just such an excellent number 2 hitter. Just let him be himself.
His average has been on the rise. It's at 277. And he pokes this one down the right field line and foul. And a good at bat is he's making Schmidt work here.
You know, one of the responsibilities of a leadoff man is to go deep into a count and try to foul off some pitches, let your teammates have a chance to see what the pitcher has. Craig also came off the bench last night and delivered a pair of doubles and an RBI.
Full count on Paquette, and he swings and misses, and a strikeout for Jason Schmidt. That's how we start this one. Around the horn we go. The defense is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Services. Kevin Young is at first. Pat Mears gets the start at second. Ramirez is at third. Enrique Wilson at short for the Pirates. Giles in left. Emil Brown is in center. John Vanderwall is in right. And behind the plate, Jason Kendall, the All-Star. One out, nobody on, and Polanco will step in, who has been as steady as anybody in the major leagues, both offensively and defensively, and in particular, Al, on the road, when he hits, he produces.
Absolutely. He took an 0 for last night, but he was instrumental in a couple runs being scored. He drove in an RBI and an out, and another time he advanced a runner earlier in the game for an extra run.
He's jammed here, and it's popped up on the infield. Mears wants it and has it. 2 down. That'll bring in Jim Edmonds with nobody on and 2 away, and there's a look at Lloyd McClendon in his first season for the Pirates. It's been a tough go so far.
Absolutely. He lost 3 pitchers in spring training. Schmidt was one of them, and now they probably got the word that Chris Benson is probably out for the year. They tried to have a bullpen session yesterday with their young right-hander, and he had to stop prematurely and talk to Cam Bonifay. They had a MRI on his shoulder, and he's probably out for the year.
They did that today. They did that in spring training as well, and they felt that after the first MRI that he might be okay, and he tried to work through it, but obviously the pain was persistent, and yesterday he couldn't even get through a bullpen session, threw about 20 pitches. Quickly, it's 0-2 on Edmonds, and Pujols and Jim are in the top 3. Batting average in the National League. Rich Aurelia of San Francisco, surprised he's almost at 400.
I don't think he's ever hit more than 280, and,
right.
and I think he was at 399 coming in today.
Right. Pujols is on deck, and this is Edmonds with a ball and 2 strikes. Edmonds shows what kind of hitter he can be and is. Last night he struck out 3 straight times, and then the next time up he doubles and starts a rally. Swing and a miss. A foul tip. Take a look at the hot zone for Jim Edmonds.
Jim pretty much in the middle of the plate. He likes the ball. Top to bottom in the middle.
Full count on Jim. Fought off a tough pitch on the inside half and fouled away. Three and 2 on the Cardinals center fielder. Redbirds are 5-0 against the Pirates this season. They have dominated them for the last year and a half. Edmonds gets into this one. Into right center. Vanderwall going back at the wall and makes the play. Jim just got under it. And I mean, he just missed. Home run number 8. He got under it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning and a start for Jason Schmidt. Including 1 to the Cardinals last night and 8 of their last 9 overall. Let's turn to their batting order. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines for Lloyd McClendon, the first-year manager. Leading off, it'll be Brown. Last night it was Kendall. Kendall drops down a spot. Then Giles, Ramirez, Vanderwall, Young, Enrique Wilson, Mears, Schmidt. On the mound for St. Louis, it's Darryl Kile.
And Darryl's really struggled with an 8-11 and high ERA, third highest of his opponents when he's facing the Pirates. For that reason, they're going to change things around. He's not going to have the same pattern, and he's 3-1 with a 2.25 ERA in 4 night starts this year. He has won 4 straight decisions and undefeated in his last 5 starts.
Dustin Hermanson was fantastic last night. He notched his 4th win in 5 decisions, upping the combined win total of the Cardinals pitching staff, their starters, to 18. That's tied for first in the National League with the Dodgers. And last year they had 76 wins, which was league leading, and 20 by this man on the mound, Darryl Kile. That's driven down the left field line, but hooking foul off the bat, the leadoff man, Emil Brown.
You got a struggling offense that is batting .229. That's lowest in the major leagues, and you have our dominant ace on the mound, but yet for some reason the Pirates give him fits.
Yeah, he has really struggled against the Pirates in his career. Darryl Kile has. This is his 25th career appearance and 21st start against Pittsburgh. He's 8-11 with an ERA near 6 against the Bucks. Last year he was 1-1 with an ERA near 5. The 1-2 pitch. This is up and away. 2-2, 93 mile-an-hour fastball from Kile.
They're going to try and change a few things. He looks a little stiff right now, but we'll have to wait and see what that means.
Big breaking ball taken up the middle for a base hit, and Brown is on. Leadoff base hit for Emil Brown, and he has 4 stolen bases, which is tops for the Pirates. Around the horn, brought to you by Dobbs. Bobby Bonilla at first. Paquette is at second. Pujols again makes the start at third base. Placido Polanco at short for the Cardinals. In left, it's Ray Langford. Jim Edmonds is in center, the Gold Glover. J.D. Drew in right, who made a nice play and a double play to end the 4th last night. Mike Matheny behind the plate, the Gold Glover as well for St. Louis. Brown is on. You have to watch him. He has good speed, 4 stolen bases, and in steps Jason Kendall, who normally is your leadoff man. Trying to change things up, Lloyd McClendon is. They have been struggling offensively.
They were very aggressive last night, but that was with Dustin Hermanson, and you have to believe he was slow to the plate because nobody wants to run off from the team.
Kendall is hitting .259, and that'll get near the 300 mark before this season is over. That's guaranteed. He has been very good against Kile in his career. All-star performer behind the plate, of course, his father Fred Kendall. Played 12 seasons in the major leagues and now is a coach with Colorado.
And when you look at Darryl Kile and you say the Pirates have the 3rd highest ERA against Kile, you would think, well, who are the other 2? First one you say has got to be Colorado.
Right.
They're not. The Giants and Milwaukee.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch is a strike from Kile. You're right, Al. He looks a little stiff on the mound, doesn't he?
Sometimes when everyone's a creature of habit and you have a certain pattern, you try to deviate from that. It's got to work against the grain a little bit. But Dave Duncan said they've got a different game plan. I said, is it lefties or righties? He said it's a combination. They all hit him pretty good.
A ball and a strike on Kendall. Brown is off and running. That sliced foul and into the seats. Something that I thought really stood out last night for Lloyd McClendon was the aggressiveness on the base pass against Mike Matheny, and maybe that was more against Dustin Hermanson.
Yeah, it is, and of course here he gets a pretty good jump off of Darryl Kile also. Slow to the plate, so it was good, I think, that Kendall fouled that ball out of play. Mike Matheny, great throwing arm, but I'm not sure he could have made up for it.
Brown has 4 stolen bases. He stands at first. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Kendall. We're just underway here in the bottom half of the first after a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. The 1-2 pitch. Tap left side. Pujols has to be quick. On the run. Makes the play. The 21-year-old rookie showing he can field as well. And that was not easy with the speedy Kendall and some of the highest grass in the infield. In all the major leagues, Pujols had to be quick, and he was.
Yeah, but even when he has to be quick, he does not panic. Everything is nice and fluid. He's got a very strong throwing arm, and of course Bobby Bonilla's height helped out there.
That's probably the thing that stands out. You described it perfectly, Al, is panic, and he doesn't do that.
No, I mean, you see a lot of youngsters that will rush that throw or try to go in there barehanded, try to do things to complicate it, and yet he stays within himself.
Here is Brian Giles, who homered off of Mike Timlin last night. He's hitting .270.
Wasn't a bad pitch that Mike threw him last night. Pitched down and away, put it right where he wanted it, and he sliced the ball into left field seats.
You would figure Brian Giles would love this ballpark. He's 320 down the right field line.
Let's go back, see Darryl Kile. He knew that his head was in the line of fire from Pujols' throw on Kindle going down the first baseline. And everybody kind of rotates. Polanco, the shortstop, went to third in case Emil Brown, the runner at second, wanted to try and advance.
And misses outside that delivery from Kyle, and it runs to 3-0 on Giles.
Runners in scoring position. Only 161. You're talking about a guy that I think had 123 RBIs last year. 123 RBIs.
Brown is at second, and they turn him loose on a 3-0 pitch, and he pops it up, and I mean a mile high. Who wants it? Tough play, and the Gold Glover Matheny puts it away in foul ground, and there's 2 outs. So on a 3-0 pitch, Giles pops out in foul ground. You got to have a pitch that you can drive, and that probably was it as he popped it up.
Well, you've got a real short porch out there. You do have to hit the ball 21 feet high to get over the home run mark. But that's not a good at bat. When you pop a ball up there, you can't say you're hitting with the count in your favor and you got the pitch you wanted.
Tony La Russa was asked what he thought about the ballpark before the game, and he said one of the things that you can fall into, and it's the same as Enron Field for a right-handed hitter, is that you're trying to jerk the ball down the line. And that's jerked into center, but Edmonds will put this away. He'll come in a bit and has it for the third and final out. So the Pirates leave a man. Brown at second. Through 1, no score. Let's take a look at our Hyundai Key matchup. It involves what we were talking about at the top of our telecast, just how good the Cardinals have been in the month of May. And there you see their NL rankings for batting average, runs per game, home runs, and ERA. They have dominated the month of May and have taken over the lead in the National League Central, and the best winning percentage at 10-3, which is not mentioned in that graphic, or not shown. They've done it without Mark McGwire. This man has been filling in quite nicely. Albert Pujols, it'll be Pujols, Drew, and then Bobby Bonilla if anybody can reach Ray Langford. And good news to report, as Pujols will see his first pitch from 28-year-old Jason Schmidt on Mark McGwire. I asked Tony La Russa before the game, could we see Mark McGwire DH in interleague play in mid-June against Kansas City? And his response was, I think we could have him back before then and playing in the field and doing things outside of just DHing. So that is tremendous news, and you don't want to be overly optimistic, but if you can add McGwire in a lineup with this man, Albert Pujols, who hit his team-high 14th home run last night, this lineup just gets better and better.
Yeah, I think we could all find room for a big Mark.
I think so. Well, the scary thing is, Al, if you break down Pujols' start to this season, and by no means am I comparing him to Mark McGwire, but he's on pace to have a better season than McGwire had in '98 when he had 70. That's amazing. Takes a ball. He's ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike. And let's break down what Albert Pujols has done in his second professional season.
Yeah, we're not talking about amongst rookies. We're talking about the entire National League now. And just a remarkable start to what we hope is going to be a brilliant career wearing a Cardinal uniform.
Very patient. He's ahead in the count there, and there's a perfect example of patience. 3-1. Didn't like the pitch, so he'll go full count here.
I mean, you got the count in your favor, so you can be selective.
The 3-2 to Pujols. Fought it off down the right field line and out of play.
Good two-strike hitter. 282 average. See 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. Has struck out 23 times, but for the production And for not knowing the pitchers, that's very good.
He rips this one just foul.
Oh, man.
I think that hit somebody right in the face of the head. It did.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. And that was a rope.
Well, it took a hop and right into the face. That gentleman right there, and hopefully it's not around the eye region.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Pujols. And he strikes him out. Second strikeout on the night for Schmidt. Catches the outside corner, and the Pujols didn't like it, but that was awfully close to take it 3-2.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. I mean, that's a pitcher's pitch. Got to guard the plate with 2 strikes. Ed Montague, longtime veteran umpire, back there calling balls and strikes.
J.D. Drew will step in. With 1 out, nobody on. J.D. takes a strike, 92 miles an hour. Tony La Russa comparing J.D. Drew to Harold Baines when he first arrived in Chicago. A guy that rubbed fans at times the wrong way because of his demeanor. Isn't going to throw a bat, isn't going to show a lot of emotion, but yet when the game is on the line, J.D. Drew is a guy that Tony La Russa really feels he can count on. And he got a taste of that in postseason play in the last 10 days. The youth movement for the Cardinals has been outstanding. Pujols and Drew combined not even 3 years of major league service.
They seem to be feeding off each other too, and I think aptly put, they're going to be around for a long time. They're building a strong friendship.
And that's popped up to the shortstop, Enrique Wilson, and he has it. 5 straight set down to start this game for the right-hander Schmidt.
Well, good game plan the way Schmidt went after J.D. Drew. Starting with a fastball outside and down and away right in the corner. See the fastball put out, sets up outside, hits his spot, strike 1. Try to go back out there again with an off-speed pitch, 1-1. Then he fastball out of the way, and then he came inside with a fastball, jammed him, and got the pop up.
Bobby Bonilla steps in. First pitch was fouled away. Down the left side.
Sure glad Schmidt struggles in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
You know, basically what it was, he was saying in his first start and even at times last year, just wasn't feeling comfortable on the mound. Well, he's off to a great start right now. Remember, it's a very cool night, and that advantage always is to the pitcher.
Big swing and a miss. Change up by Schmidt. Fools Bonilla. Ball and 2 strikes. We're in the second. No score. Bonilla, of course, big 3-run home run last night, providing the insurance. And his 3rd of the season. That came from the right side, where it seems like he has a little bit more power.
Well, Bobby's hitting .393 when he's batting right-handed and only .200 batting left.
Takes a ball there and works the count full. Bonilla gets a piece and fouls it back. .38-year-old Bobby Bonilla spent 5 years here in Pittsburgh, part of their great teams. And since he's left Pittsburgh, he's really tore him up. There's another strikeout for Schmidt on the inside half. And he strikes out 2 in this inning. He struck out 3 in the game. We are through an inning and a half. Here at PNC Park, the Cardinals trying to make it 9 straight. Hey, Cardinal fans, use your MasterCard credit card and see the Cardinals for less. Go to www.stlcardinals.com or call the Cardinals at area code 314-421-2400 and ask for the MasterCard Grand Slam ticket pack today. About 30,000 in attendance here tonight. They're averaging close to 30,000 at PNC Park. Brand new ballpark for the Pirates. No score here in the bottom half of the second as Darryl Kile goes back to work. It'll be John Vanderwall who's standing in at the plate now. Kevin Young and Enrique Wilson. There's a strike from Kile. 1 ball, 1 strike. John Vanderwall, one of the great pinch hitters in the game, but now is taking on an everyday role here in Pittsburgh for the 2nd year in a row. He thought with the addition of Derek Bell that he would be asked to be a bench player, and that has not happened, so he has stayed happy and has produced. Hitting .333 with 6 homers and 26 RBIs. This one he pops up into shallow left. Langford is there and makes a basket catch for the first out. Here in the 2nd, Rob Nikolewski is standing by for a look at what's coming up at 10 tonight on Fox Sports Net.
I'm Rob Nikolewski. Tonight at 10 on the Midwest Sports Report, the Blues look to reclaim home ice advantage in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, and we'll have more on Rick Ankiel's first start in AAA. So join the King and I, Rob King and I, tonight at 10.
Thank you, Rob. I wonder if the King, I'm not talking about Rob King, I'm talking about the King, Kevin Slayton, will check in tonight. But you'll just have to find out at 10 on the Midwest Sports Report. This is Kevin Young.
Go Blues.
Yeah.
As well as the Redbirds.
1 out, nobody on. That just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Enrique Wilson is on deck. Young puts a charge into this one. Edmonds going back in front of the track, but Drew takes charge and puts it away. Let's turn to our This Date in Baseball History. It's brought to you by Schnucks. May 16th, 1965, 19-year-old rookie Jim Palmer wins his first Major League game and also homers off of Jim Bouton of the Yankees. May 16th, 1965, This Day in Baseball History, brought to you by Schnucks. Wonder what kind of underwear he was wearing that day, Al. The underwear for Jim Palmer. After doing all those different spots that he did.
At 19, he didn't have that endorsement yet.
Oh. What do you do? Fruit of the Looms?
I don't really know. I don't pay attention to
I
him.
bet you don't. Thank goodness.
Kind of fights this one off, and a little soft humpback liner goes in for the base hit. Second hit of the game, both of them by the Pirates.
We're in the 2nd. 2 down, and Mears steps in. You want to get the 8-man in the order, no doubt, because Schmidt, the pitcher, is on deck, and have him lead off the 3rd. So, see what Kile can do here. He's given up a pair of base hits, and Mears steps in, hitting just a shade under 250.
Darryl with that good control. He walks very few. One time Darryl used to walk an awful lot, but last year he set a career low in walks.
This year, 35-12 strikeout to walk ratio. That's in his last 6 games, and that's pretty good. 32 years of age now is Darryl Kile, 6'5", 215. 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Wilson is at first, 3 balls and no strikes. And he walks him. First man he has walked here tonight. And it'll be first and second for the pitcher, Jason Schmidt.
Darryl Kile. See how he never really gets back on that back leg, and then the front leg is stiff, and so is the back leg is stiff. Some people wonder if he is the best example to be helping Rick Ankiel a lot. They work and throw a lot every day, and his mechanics aren't really exactly the best for Rick.
Of course, it was painful again to watch Ankiel make his first start at AAA last night. Steve Blass was on the pregame show with Mike Shannon. Of course, he had to leave baseball because of ineffectiveness and wildness.
Danny, I talked to Dave Duncan. His preference would have been for Rick Ankiel to go to the extended spring and start there and gradually work up the ladder.
One ball, one strike on Schmidt. Swing and a miss. He's in the hole, 1-2.
You don't like to give up a base hit to the 7th man, walk the 8th man, but you do have a sure out at the plate in Schmidt.
You hope.
He has really struggled the last couple years swinging the bat.
2-2.
If you're a 20-game winner like Darryl was last year and a dominant pitcher, you just have to have that mindset that you own every pitcher that's standing in the batter's box.
2 men on. We're in the second. No score. And a 2-2 count. Breaking ball, and he got him looking. So the Pirates have stranded 2 in this inning, 3 in the game, and that's the first strikeout on the night for the ace of the staff, Darryl Kile. No score after 2. No score as we move to the top of the third. Jason Schmidt has set down 6 straight. On the field, they're invincible, but off the field, they're all too human. Fox Sports takes a look at the athletes you thought you knew. This week, Roy Jones Jr. was raised by his father to become the greatest fighter of his era, but his greatness came with a price. Find out about Roy Jones Jr. Beyond the Glory comes your way at 8 Sunday nights right here on Fox Sports Net. What's on Tap is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste, it won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. Cardinals and Phillies, that'll be our next telecast here on Fox Sports Net. We'll come your way at 5:30 from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. What's on Tap is brought to you by Bud Light. Langford steps in, hitting .264 and looks at a ball. We'll see the Phillies for the first time on Friday. And they lead the National League East, surprisingly. Larry Bowa has put a new look, a new sense of urgency to the Phillies. They're 22-15. Langford down the left field line and in foul ground, and you read a triangle down there. No one can make the play.
Well, we hope that Darryl Kile throws a complete game, or we get a big lead and we need to turn a little bit over the bullpen. And Steve Klein didn't pitch yesterday. He was kind enough to join us and give a good up-close look at how he holds the grip on 6 different pitches. And if he comes into the game, we'll show you each and every one of them.
No score here in the third as Langford steps in, looks at a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Came over in a cab with Steve Klein today, and he is an odd sort. I knew he was odd.
Odd? Come on, he's left-handed reliever.
I had Mike Matthews with me too, and he was normal. So not all lefties are.
Well, he thinks
insane.
like a right-hander. and now he's in the rotation. So
well, now he's a starter. Yeah, you're right.
Now, now we get to the insane ones. The guys that are acting wrestling coaches. Wears the Bucknell sweatshirt and everything, works out all the time there, but his buddy was a high school wrestling coach. Steve never wrestled, but he said, come on, I want you to help out and be my assistant coach. So he did that all winter.
3-2 to Langford is tap foul. I'm sure he's a little upset at his buddies and his brother. One brother showed up at 9 o'clock at his door today. The other brother was supposed to pick him up for lunch. He was 40 minutes late. I said, what happened? He said, well, he never came. And he said, I think he and his friends were enjoying some libations. Anheuser-Busch products, maybe Bud Light, as Langford draws the walk. First walk handed out by Jason Schmidt. on-base percentage, and the Cardinals trail just the Rockies, NL team leaders. The average 333, and you see the Cardinals at 363.
And remember, the Rockies, by virtue of their home ballpark, you know, everything is skewed.
Langford is off and running, driven into left, coming on hard, making the play. Giles, he has a strong arm, gets him at first. Nothing Ray could do there. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Mike Matheny in a double play, and Giles came up, got it.
Well, there's that line drive. You see Giles running in, momentum throwing behind him, and throws a strike to Young. There you see Ray. You kind of look in, you got to pick it up, but this ball was hit so hard that Ray really didn't have much of a chance to get back.
So the double play started by Giles, and now there's two gone, and here's Darryl Kile. Shows butt, takes a strike. Schmidt has struck out 3 tonight.
One assist. Just got that on doubling up Langford. 43 putouts, and he's very capable of playing center field.
The next to Kile. Misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Darryl hitting 158, a couple of RBIs. Leadoff man Paquette is on deck, and Darryl Kile is in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Schmidt is consistently throwing harder in the early frames than he did in Milwaukee. Throw to about the mid-90s. And Milwaukee started out throwing about 90 miles an hour before it tuned it up to about 94, 95 after the first couple innings.
Remember, he's recovering from shoulder surgery, among other things, and he did not throw many breaking balls in that start against Milwaukee. He was just trying to move it in and out and change speeds a little bit. But as he gets in better shape, I'm sure with his arm, we're going to see his mindset change. And there's another strikeout, his 4th of tonight. Schmidt looks strong. Langford was caught in no man's land. Not his fault. Part of a double play. No score. Hey, Cardinals fans, when you're at the ballpark, don't forget to visit the Southwest Airlines Family Pavilion. It's located between gates 7 and 8. Enjoy pregame entertainment, great food, and interactive games. That is the Southwest Airlines Family Pavilion, located between gates 7 and 8. So check it out when you head down to Busch Stadium. You can't tell when you're on the field how beautiful this skyline is because it's blocked by the seats in center and in right, but when you move up into the seats, it is magnificent. One of the best views in all of Major League Baseball, if not the best view. And we've got a great one from our perch up here.
And we raved about the one at Pac Bell Park in San Francisco, looking across the bay to Oakland. But this is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Picturesque.
Bottom of the 3rd, no score. Kile and Schmidt going head-to-head. Pair of right-handers, and have to figure that Schmidt is now the ace of the staff for the Pirates because of all their injuries, and certainly Kile is for the Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely. Got our hands full tonight with Jason Schmidt.
Nasty pitch by Darryl Kile as he drops down, and that's his 2nd consecutive strikeout. And that's how we begin the bottom of the 3rd.
There he is, dropping down for the first time, and it's a breaking ball. He can also throw a fastball from that release point.
Jason Kendall will step in, and now we'll take a look at what Kendall does pitch by pitch after he's done it this at bat. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. 93 miles an hour on that pitch from Kile. Kendall, his first time up, grounded to third as Pujols had to come in on the deep grass and make a nice play on the run. It's this one to short. Charging is Placido Polanco and makes the play, and Kendall is 0 for 2. Darryl Kile is starting to settle down.
Darryl's getting into a little bit of rhythm. He's getting ahead in the count. Here's what's set up out there. Fastball down and away, and then an off-speed pitch, and he gets the ground ball to short.
Placido Polanco playing short once again. Renteria won't be available to start more than likely until this weekend. Laced into center, and that's trouble. That's in the right center field gap. Off the bat of Brian Giles, and Giles will stop at second. So the first pitch that he sees, he drives it for a double, and for the Pirates, that's their third hit of the night. That'll bring in Ramirez, who leads the team in RBIs and home runs.
Getting ahead of hitters, and so you maybe go up there looking for a fastball in a certain spot. If it's there, swing away.
Giles is in scoring position. He's at second with 2 down. We're scoreless here in the third, and Aramis Ramirez will step in. He flied to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. I want to remind you that tomorrow the Cardinals can be seen on Fox Family. That'll come your way at 6 o'clock. Fox Family with the telecast tomorrow night between the Cards and the Pirates. Matt Morris will throw for St. Louis, and then it's on to Philadelphia. Giles is at second with 2 down, and Kile drops down and misses up. 1-1. Pitch from Kile. Lifted foul and out of play. We see Darryl Kile drop down now, and that's a different element he has in his repertoire.
Well, he usually does it as a strikeout pitch. Saw him get the strikeout of Emil Brown with a breaking ball, but here earlier in the count to Ramirez, he drops down on a fastball. Very important to be able to throw 2 different pitches, 2 different speeds for that drop down. Or a breaking ball.
Drops down there and drives this one into left. Langford going back, and he'll put it away as Ramirez got under it. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. The Pirates have left 4 on the night. No score after 3. This portion of Cardinal Baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Auto Tire, the right place for the right tire. By Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete. And by Steak and Shake, famous for our steak burgers.
Danny, our good friend John Ronsick of Auto Tire played in his golf tournament on Monday.
Cha-ching.
And we had a little bit of a match going, and of course it was all evened up, and he pressed on the last hole, hit a 300-yard drive, 90-yard sand wedge, 5 foot from the hole, and of course it was client golf, so I had to 3-putt to lose.
You got the yips then, is what
you're saying.
Yeah,
so on my expense report, if you see a $1,500 payoff, that was the client golf that I was instructed to make sure I lost.
I'm never betting with you on the golf course, because last year you hit the hole-in-one, and that's it. I mean, once a guy hits a hole-in-one, you know luck's on his side.
Right.
Or skill in your case.
Unless you watched me play this year.
It's been a struggle, huh?
Yeah.
Here's Craig Paquette. He is struck out tonight, and Schmidt has struck out 4 on the evening, and he has faced the minimum 9. A ball and 2 strikes on Paquette. Could see Vigna back in there tomorrow. He did not take batting practice, did not take ground balls here tonight, and you'll remember he was hit on the left ankle last night and was very sore. He said that when he went down, he was scared, and Paquette strikes out for the second time, and that's strikeout number 5 for Jason Schmidt. Remember, Olivares struck out 10 last night. Our Aflac trivia question: what were the Cardinals known as prior to 1899?
What did it mean for?
Figured you may have been subject to.
I watched him.
All right. Going up the middle. That's the first base hit of the night for Polanco. And for the Cardinals, so first pitch he sees, takes it up the middle. He's 1 for 2, and the first hit for the Cardinals.
see him take the ball up the middle. This one goes right back over the mound. Schmidt tries to backhand it, and it went into central. So maybe we can get something going here with 1 out.
Edmonds will step in, and he is hitting just under 380. Among the league leaders, along with Albert Pujols. Polanco, threat to steal. He leads the club with 4 stolen bases. Jason Schmidt, now 28 years of age, was their opening day starter a year ago. For the first time in his career, and started this season on the disabled list. The first to Edmonds. A ball. Edmonds flied to right. His first time up.
Just got underneath the pitch and skied it high out there to right. So let's see if he can center it a little better this time.
One and one on Edmonds.
See, his approach really is to pitch these guys away for the most part, and then every now and then he'll try and sneak one in on them. I think the power guys, he might try to keep it away a little more consistent. Try and come in here.
1-1 pitch. Did it nick him? It was awfully close. Ed Montague is our home plate umpire. Did not catch Edmonds, or at least we don't think so. Ooh, that was as close as you can get.
He kind of twisted and twisted and somehow got out of the way of it. That might have stung a little bit.
2 balls and a strike, and this is at times when he's backed up off the plate, he comes back and gives it right back to you. He's ahead in the count here with Polanco at first and 1 out in the 4th in a scoreless game. Schmidt has been dominant so far, having just given up 1 hit, and he struck out 5 on the night. Edmonds is sitting on 7 home runs.
Jimmy's ahead in the count. There's really a lot of damage that he does.
Look at that.
524 average. Behind the count, respectable, 286.
You don't want to have first and second with Pujols awaiting on deck. Has to deal to Edmonds here. 3 balls and a strike. Fouled it back, full count. Something to watch out for with Jason Schmidt is at times he can be susceptible to balking. 2 years ago he was among the league leaders. But he also can pile up the strikeouts and the wins, as he did so in '99, and of course he had the arthroscopic surgery performed by Dr. James Andrews last season, and he's trying to come back from that this year.
Another one of these guys Atlanta Braves wish they had back.
Yeah. Pitched with Atlanta in '95 and '96, and was traded to Pittsburgh in '96. Or rather, claimed off of waivers from Atlanta.
But it was part of the Nagel trade. It's kind of procedural matter.
The 3-2 is fouled away.
Why not send Polanco? Polanco is 4 out of 5 in steals. You got one of your better hitters, even though Jimmy will strike out on occasion. You want to test Kindle a little bit, and you got a guy with a lot of extra base power in Edmonds, so maybe you can get in a quick run. It's like runs are going to be at a premium early in this game.
Absolutely. Chance to go Hack in here. They set up outside, and the 3-2 as the runner goes is popped out of play and into the seats. Edmonds struck out 3 times last night, but he also doubled. No score here in the fourth. The Cardinals and Pirates. Game 2 as the Redbirds try to make it 9 straight. Polanco is running. Edmonds tries it into right net's going to get down for a base hit. Polanco on his way to third. He'll stop right there, and a good play by John Vanderwall to get it back in quickly. But here we go, a perfect spot for the man coming to the plate, Albert Pujols, who leads the club in RBIs with 43.
They kept on fouling off a couple pitches. Now he comes inside, and look at Jimmy. Fights it off, a one-arm swing, but under control, and laces it into the right field corner. So Polanco running on the pitch. He's easily will go over to third base. Vanderwall, he gets it back in there, holds him at third. So runners at the corners for the ever dangerous Albert Pujols.
You said it. 43 RBIs, 14 home runs. The first to Pujols is ripped foul, and he had a very nice at bat, even though he struck out his first time up. Getting ahead in the count, took some pitches, and this is our Casino Queen leaderboard. RBI leaders in the National League. Helton of Colorado just 2 ahead of Pujols and Larry Walker of Colorado, 3 back of Albert and 5 back of his teammate.
Tried to come inside with that first pitch. Got it in there, fouled it. Now they're going to go away.
0-1 pitch coming to Albert Pujols. Check swing and foul, but this is where he can be dangerous too, Al. He really bears down when he gets 2 strikes on him. 0-2.
Kind of checked his swing on a breaking ball. He struck out looking the first time as Schmidt made a very good pitch to him. But he's not afraid to hit deep in the count. He's not afraid to spray the ball around. You go inside and he can do a lot of damage, and yet you throw the ball out over the plate and he's not going to try and hit it or pull it.
Be a big article on Albert Pujols coming out in USA Today, the national paper next week. His writer from USA Today was in town for this series to do that article on Albert. Of course, he's on the cover of Baseball Weekly, an article by Steve DeMaglio that came out today. Mike Eisenbath, who was a guest in our pregame show, will have a big blowout Sunday on Pujols in the Post-Dispatch. No balls, 2 strikes. They go high and tight, 1 and 2.
That's a good 0-2 pitch right there. Runners at third, less than 2 outs. How about a 4.17 average? And, you know, and he's very capable of just doing the simple thing of hitting the sacrifice fly.
Struck out looking his first time up, and an RBI chance here with Polanco at third, Edmonds at first. 2 and 2. Well, he'll put the ball in play more times than not.
Yeah. For a guy that's had the production that he had, his strikeouts, you don't mind, because the way he's batted, he produces immensely. But for a young player who has very little experience at any level, it's remarkable how many times he does put the ball in play.
Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First and third, and a chance here against Jason Schmidt, who's been impressive so far with 5 strikeouts. Pujols broke his bat, but that'll be enough to get the run home. That's what you're talking about, and shows the speed. It gets away. Here comes another run, and that makes it a 2-0 St. Louis lead. Albert Pujols picks up an RBI. Another one comes around on an error, and it's 2-0 St. Louis.
There is a perfect example of putting the ball in play. Something good can happen. And look at it, it's just tremendous pitch. Just jamming, breaks the bat, but Polanco's coming in, so he gets the RBI. Then Ramirez throws the ball away. Look at, there's a super pitch just running in on him. He fights it off, gets a piece of it, puts the ball in play. He finds himself in scoring position with the error by the third baseman, and that allowed Edmonds to come around, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead.
Ramirez, his 9th error of the season. And here's J.D. Drew, a chance to go deep here. Did he do it? Vanderwall going back, looking up, off the top of the wall. Pujols, who was at second, is going to come around. J.D. is just flying, and he'll stop at third with a triple, and it's 3-0 St. Louis. Pujols and Drew, one trying to outdo the other.
Well, it's just friendly competition, and very quickly Cardinals have 3 runs in and threaten once again. There's that pitch that's sinking down and into him. He lifts it up. It goes high off this wall. It's 21 feet high, and it's just a couple feet below. The ball gets 5 Vanderwall, so a stand-up triple and RBI for JD. 30 RBIs now. Pujols has 44. And Jason Schmidt, who is just dealing. He has not given up a hit. And now the Cardinals have 3 hits in the last 4 batters.
Here is Bobby Bonilla.
Actually, they gave all 4, so they gave Pujols a base hit also.
Yeah, that was a hit and an error. So that error went to Ramirez, his 9th of the season. The Cardinals have 4 hits in the inning and have plated now 3. And a chance here for Bobby Bo to add to that with the infield drawn in. And Drew is at third. Bonilla looks at a ball. He homered here last night. 1 ball, 1 strike, and afterwards on the Midwest Sports Report, Bobby Bo was very gracious to the fans here in Pittsburgh about their new ballpark and happy for them. And he is met time and time again by a chorus of boos when he's introduced here in Pittsburgh.
Well, I'll tell you what it's all about.
Respect.
Well, that and the fact that he left as a free agent. You know, it's like clubs and fans kind of feel like you're being betrayed, but remember that was in their days where they had to get rid of salary and payroll because they didn't have this new facility. And Bobby and Barry Bonds and a lot of others had to leave, and the fans kind of feel like he betrayed them, but we all know it's a different story.
Yep. He's in the hole here with a ball and 2 strikes against Schmidt, who has struck out 5. 2-2. 94 miles an hour from Schmidt.
Made some good pitches, and Cardinals were a little better hitting.
Remember, Bonilla went to the Mets, 5-year deal, $25 million after spending 5 years here in Pittsburgh. Gets away from Kendall, and Drew will stay at third. That's a heck of a play by Kendall, and great effort, and the fans applaud it.
Well, JD really was not moving forward when the ball first snuck underneath. See him stepping there, but now he stops. And then when the ball got through, he started to think about it, and I think wisely decided to hold. You got to anticipate a little quicker.
And that's one of those tough ones where you can't really tell if he had it.
Absolutely.
So a full count on Bobby Bo with Langford on deck. Drew stands at third. Cardinals have played at 3 in this inning, and Schmidt is off the mound tying his shoe and working on his spike. And a chance to go hack in here for Bobby Bo and add to this Cardinal lead. Bonilla has 9 RBIs this season and hitting just under 300.
Infield in, just a golden opportunity to pick up this easy RBI.
The 3-2 to Bonilla. Got him on the inside corner, and Bonilla strikes out looking. Second time he has struck out tonight. First time was on the outside corner. This time they go inside.
Well, he's made some really good pitches. This is a strike right there on the black. No hitter likes the ball inside, and because he's working on both sides of the plate, he kind of fooled Bonilla. Now they're going to intentionally pass Langford.
To get to Mike Matheny, who is on deck, and Langford walked his first time up. That was back in the third. Will walk here intentionally with Drew at third. And 2 down, and they'll deal to Mike Matheny.
Matheny lined the ball sharply the first time, and that was part of the line out double play.
And Al, I was here about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and Mike Matheny was on the field with a lot of the extras taking extra batting practice, and he said he's starting to feel much better, a lot more comfortable at the plate, and you could tell the difference in that first at bat.
That's that new haircut he's got.
He and JD went to the GI school there. Got that thing buzzed, man.
Well, some of his teammates were saying you got to sue the barber, but
I'm not one to sit there and say anything about anybody's hair. There's Mike's parents. We're in attendance here tonight. Langford is at first and Drew is at third, so good speed on the base pass with 2 outs and a 3-0 Cardinal lead in the 4th. One of the great things about Matheny, Al, is when he signed his new contract, he said, I called up Dad and said, quit your job. You got a big check coming your way and you're done. After helping him out for so many years, trying to make it to the major leagues, then doing so and supporting him and making it to this level. And something that he's also going to do is give them something from Rawlings to signify his Gold Glove.
Might be a Rawlings jacket he's bought him too.
An identical match. 2-0 here. And Mike grounds it weakly to second. Mears is there over to first, and the Cardinals leave a couple here in the fourth, and they've stranded 2 in the game. But the youngsters doing it again. Pools, a base hit and an error that would score 2, then drew the RBI triple, 3-0. Let's turn to our Affleck trivia question for tonight. What were the Cardinals known as prior to 1899? Our Affleck trivia question. The Browns and the Perfectos.
I do remember that now. I had seen it sometime.
Darryl Kile has been very good here tonight. He has given up 3 hits. He has struck out a couple. The Cardinals have plated him a 3-0 lead. As we move to the bottom of the fourth, as the Cardinals look to make it 9 straight victories, and they are on some kind of roll.
Well, a club like the Cardinals are taking the field now, expecting to win, expecting a good, solid performance from their starters. And the Pirates are sort of feeling sorry for themselves. So once you get on top, just keep on, punishing them, and they'll, slowly just kind of keep on wilting. That's a foul ball, and Vanderwall is hobbled. Straight down on, looked like right on the toe. It's always going to be the front foot of a major league hitter because of the bat speed. If they consistently hit the back foot, they won't be in the big leagues.
Vanderwall came up in '91 with Montreal, spent 3 seasons with the Expos and on to Colorado, San Diego, and now Pittsburgh, and he's with the Pirates in his 2nd season. Drafted back in '87 in the 3rd round and became one of the game's best pinch hitters, and still is. Big breaking ball misses inside from Kyle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow the game will be seen on Fox Family. That'll come your way at 6. Matt Morris, who is 5-2, will hopefully join his buddy Mr. Kyle with 6 wins. 1 down.
Hopefully for both of them.
That's right. So again, we want to remind you, tomorrow it's the Cardinals and Pirates on Fox Family. Then on FX, the game of the week Saturday, it'll be Dodgers and the Mets. Cardinals and Pirates tomorrow on Fox Family. Then FX will have the Dodgers and the Mets. Saturday we will be in Philadelphia, and that game can be seen on WB11. 3-0. Redbirds with the lead, 1 out here in the 4th, nobody on, and Kevin Young steps in. He flied to right in his only at bat. Young has been disappointing this season. You want production from your corners, and first base, he has not provided much power or RBIs. That's a good breaking ball from Kyle. 1-2.
Well, from the middle to the, I guess from the 3rd week of April, Kevin had a 6-game hitting streak, hit 500 during that time, 3 home runs, and since that time he's hit under 100.
Fought it off. Paquette can't make the play, and neither can J.D. Drew. Drops right between them on a 1-2 pitch. The 4th hit of the night for the Pirates, and it's a 1-out base hit. Well, fans, if you would like to win Cardinals tickets and participate in the Southwest Airlines Family of the Game promotion during a Cardinals home game, here is your chance. Very easy to do. You send your name, address, and phone number to Southwest Airlines Family of the Game, P.O. Box 771192, St. Louis, Missouri 63177. Good luck from Southwest Airlines, and good luck from all of us at Fox Sports Net. Here's Enrique Wilson, who picked up a base hit in his only at-bat. That was back in the second. Pirates have left 4 in the game.
Enrique batted 135 in 17 games in the month of April, and about 240 in 14 games this month.
They have had all kinds of injuries. The Pirates have. We talked about Chris Benson. They've just gotten Schmidt back, his second start tonight. But even the everyday players, Al, have been injured too. That slap left side and a base hit. Langford comes over near the line to corral it in. Back-to-back base hits for the Pirates, the 5th of the night.
And Mike Benjamin, an infielder, has been out. Adrian Brown is facing shoulder surgery. Cordova, Loisel, Alex Hernandez, Chris Benson, and that ball missing its target. It was up a little bit. Looked like Matheny wanted it away, and he kind of stroked it out to left field. So with one out here, but you do have Pat Mears, the 8th hitter, and the pitcher spot up. There is activity in the Pirates bullpen. Remember, this is the second start, but I would have to think they would want Schmidt to go a little further, even trailing 3-0.
Yeah. That bullpen last night was pounded by the Redbirds' bats. Sauerbeck, Manzanillo, among others. They used 5 pitchers last night. First and second, one down. The next by Kile. Misses. 2-0 to Pat Mears.
Bill's having trouble throwing strikes to Pat.
He walked in his only at bat. That was back in the second. Hitting under 250. Young is at second. Enrique Wilson is at first. Back-to-back base hits here in the 4th. After a ground out by Vanderwall to start the inning. Breaking ball, strike. Boy, that's nasty. Mears was turning away.
Mears has 26 hits, and see 13 up the middle, 3 to right, 10 to left. And hitting 248.
2 balls and a strike. Make it 2-2. Good fastball from Kile at 92 miles an hour.
It's a key pitch right here. Got a good double play combination behind you.
Polanco and Paquette up the middle. Let's see if they can turn 2. The 2-2 pitch is outside, full count. The pitcher is on deck, Schmidt, but as Al mentioned, action in the Pirate bullpen. And this season you see the ground balls, 72 for Kile, and he'd love a ground ball here and get the double play and get out of the inning. Runners are going. Throw down to third. Strike him out. Throw him out. Thank you very much. And boos are raining down here at PNC Park as Young is gunned down by about 10 steps at third. They started both runners. The strikeout of Mears. The throw out by Matheny. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. And Cardinal Baseball is a production of Bud Sports and is an exclusive presentation of Fox Sports Net. Well, if you're Lloyd McClendon and losing like you are, I guess, Al, you just try to do anything to get things going.
Yeah, you do, but you're not going to catch the Cardinals asleep. You know, you got a pitcher out there that, remember, you got the, you know, Schmidt is on deck. He didn't have a hit last year. He's hitless this year. And you're trying to do something desperately to get a spark in your ball club. But when it doesn't work, boy, it just continues the downhill spiral.
And it looks bad as these fans were booing that last play. Now the Pirates have left 5 on the night. They've had some chances against Darryl Kile, and Kile leads things off as we move to the top half of the 5th. 3-0 St. Louis. He shows bunt and fouls it. Speedy Darryl Kile trying to bunt his way on. Kyle struck out his first time up. Schmidt has struck out 6 on the night. The 0-2 to Kyle, and see you later. 7 strikeouts for Jason Schmidt, the 28-year-old right-hander. Olivares, you'll remember, struck out 10 last night. Schmidt is on his way to that mark, and maybe even more if he can stay in there.
Cardinals were hitting .285 as a team. And remember, that was a close game last night until they broke it open late with 4 runs in the 7th and 1 in the 5th, or 1 in the 8th. First 3 innings, the Cardinals stranded 6 runners.
Here is Paquette. He has struck out twice. He is in the leadoff spot with Vigna out tonight. Vigna may return tomorrow night. Breaking ball is fouled away.
Yeah, Danny, the best thing is you just keep on piling on. You keep on gaining victories, and then you know, if Vigna's not 100%, you know, you don't have to rush him. You know, Barry Weinberg, Cardinal trainer, told me that, you know, if it was a World Series, he'd be out there today, but they'll try it tomorrow. But you know, that's a little stiff. Hey, we got quality backups. You got Paquette that can come in there. You got other guys that can do the job. You know, Polanco subbing for Renteria and doing a great job.
I think you can probably say, and I was going to bring this up before, with McGuire, no need to rush him, and make sure that when you get him back, he is there to stay.
Absolutely. And
I'm sure that's their mindset.
of course it is. And you know, it's, you know, Mark McGuire wants to play. Every player wants to play, but it sure is nice that he can do all this rehabbing and get himself right and not feel bad that the team is suffering when he's out of there.
It's a chance now to make it 9 straight if the Cardinals can hold on here in Pittsburgh. And the next to Paquette. Swing and a miss. He strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 8 strikeouts for the right-hander.
Paquette's back's been bothering him a little bit, and I'm sure it's a reflection with these 3 strikeouts.
And it is not a warm night here in Pittsburgh. It's topped out at 60 degrees. And Polanco will step in with nobody on and 2 out. We're in the 5th. Laces that down the right field line, but foul and out of play.
Polanco got things started last inning for the Redbirds.
He came around to score. He, along with Edmonds and Pujols, have scored a run here tonight. Through with an RBI triple. Pujols an RBI infield hit. Langford has walked a couple of times, and Darryl Kile has been effective so far. Our in-game box. Quickly 0-2 on Placido. I don't mind this guy starting one bit at short. You want to have Renteria out there, but I like him in the 2 spot just because of the way he can control the bat and do different things like he showed us last night.
Well, he's very unselfish. You know, he'll do the little things that produce victories and extra runs.
And I'm sure once we see Renteria come back, you can move Polanco to 3rd. Pujols goes back to 1st, and Bobby Bonilla is not a guy that can play every day at 38 years of age, so you give him some time off.
Oh, now you're managing, huh?
That's me managing.
Okay.
Scenarios. It's all about scenarios. Fought off and into the seats. Hits by direction for Placido.
most of the time. And even if you probably look at those hits that are to left and even the ones to right, they're basically probably in that lighted area, you know, kind of spraying out towards the middle.
Isn't that what baseball is all about? You can be a manager sitting up here in the seats.
Oh, I don't profess to be a manager. I just let the lineups and everything, I just let the skipper take care of those things.
I like to get
you
an argument.
play-by-play guys. There you see the hot zone for Mr. Polanco.
It's always our fault.
A lot of 300 pluses there, right? I see him confer with you every so often.
Yeah, and then go the other way.
There you go.
And there's a base hit for Placido Polanco. He's 2 for 3 on the night.
And you see what I was saying about his base hits, even when there's a left, they're still in that area that is basically left center, right center. And here he goes down and gets the off-speed pitch and just lobs it into left center. Nice piece of hitting. Foul off the tough ones, get a pitch you can handle, and then do something with it.
He'll ask me, what do you think? Who do you think I should put in the top of the order? And I'll say one guy, and he says, okay, that makes my decision fine. I said, so you're going that way, right? He goes, no, doing exactly the opposite. And then I leave. Jason Schmidt is making his second start of the season and approaching 100 pitches already.
Well, that's a little surprising.
Yep.
Thought he was a little more efficient than that.
Especially with 8 strikeouts.
Well, you strike out people, you add up.
Yeah.
You know, Danny, there's a lot of people believe that if you're a power pitcher, and Jason is a power pitcher, that it's very ridiculous to hold these pitch counts, or, you know, or what we deem today right around 100. And you really should gear those guys not as far as Randy Johnson, but somewhere in that vicinity, because the strikeouts add to a lot higher pitch count.
Here is Edmonds, and he skies this one down the left field line. Giles makes the play on the run. Good play by the left fielder Brian Giles off the bat of Edmonds. Schmidt strikes out 2. It's 3-0 St. Louis. Hey kids, on Saturday, June 16th, the Cardinals will take on the White Sox. It's McDonald's Collector's Coin Day. All fans 15 and under with a paid admission receive a collector's coin featuring pitcher Darryl Kile. It'll be courtesy of McDonald's. Saturday, June 16th, when the Cardinals host the Chicago White Sox in interleague play. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Jason Schmidt is done. John Wayner steps in to pinch hit for the starter Schmidt. And he pops this one into left, shallow left. Backing up, Polanco. Coming on is Langford, and he'll put it away for out number 1.
Nice job of Ray communicating with the shortstop. You're that middle infielder. You back up. You go after that ball aggressively, but then as soon as you're called off by an outfielder, you kind of get out of the way. So he's backpedaling. Now he hears Ray, and so look at him try to scramble and get out of the way of it. Much more difficult. Backpedaling, looking up, much easier for the outfielder coming in.
So Schmidt is done in this game. This is the top of the order now for the Pirates. Emil Brown followed by Jason Kendall. If anybody can reach, then Giles, who homered last night off of Timlin. Brown is 1 for 2 with a single. And he chops it, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. Langford thought it was going to come off the wall. It doesn't. It rolls into the corner. Brown flying around third, being waved home. The play at the plate. He is gunned down. Perfect execution on the relay for the second out here in the 5th.
Now, once again, you're trying to do a little bit extra. You're trying to, you know, hustle right over the bag. There you can see where Langford thought it was going to hit that carom. It scoots along down there, so he has to go deep into the corner. He hits the cutoff man, and look at the strong throw home, and here you go. That front leg might have been safe, but whenever the throw beats him, they're always going to call him out. And Matheny's there, a small guy, Emil Brown. He's not going to try and run over or challenge Matheny, so he can just drop it down.
And this is our Pennzoil protection play of the game. Protection under the toughest conditions. You can see right there, you think it's going to jet out, and it was a tough play for Langford.
I thought, looking at that replay, I thought it was foul ball all the way.
Yep. Perfect relay, and our protection play of the game brought to you by Pennzoil. And now with 2 outs, Kile back to work, and that is foul. You know, we saw a couple of plays on Sunday, Al. In Busch Stadium, it jets out very similar down the right field line to that of what happens there in the left field line. And it's tough. Remember, Sosa misplayed a ball.
Well, that's how Vina got his triple with the bases loaded. I think when we go back, you're going to see that ball was foul. I think Darryl will give up the base hit. But look at the umpire. It's where it passes the bag. And, you know, that's a real subjective. But right at the bag, it's foul ball. And either way, it's an out.
And Kile gets out of the inning. Tony Randazzo is our third base umpire. And Kile gets the help on the relay and gets out of the inning. The Pirates have left 5, and they trail it 3-0. St. Louis, new pitcher in for the Pirates, and that is Terry Mulholland. Of course, the Cardinals had a lot of interest in acquiring Mulholland and in signing him this offseason, but to no avail, and now he's with the Pirates and appearing for the 15th time this season. Can be used as a starter, as he was for the Braves a year ago, or out of their bullpen as well.
He's a very durable guy and a guy that can fill many roles.
This portion of Cardinal baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by our good friends at Jack in the Box, where we don't make it till you order it. Jack in the Box. By your local St. Louis Chrysler Jeep dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Cardinals on Fox Sports Net. By Dobbs Tire and Auto Services. For tires and complete auto service, all you need is Dobbs. Albert Pujols to lead things off for the Redbirds. It'll be Pujols, Drew, Bonilla. Albert has added to his RBI total. It's up now to 44 with an RBI and infield hit his last time up. Then he would come around to score on the RBI triple by Drew. Drew has 30 RBIs and Pujols has 44. And he looks at a strike, 92 miles an hour from Terry Mulholland. Pujols drives this down the left field line, but foul. He'll get into some pitches, won't he?
Yeah, change up inside, and he just turned on it a little bit out in the head, but people who think they can pitch him in, I hope they continue.
Mulholland has been scored upon just once in his last 4 appearances. Broken bat, Pujols hustling up the line, tough play, and it's made by the shortstop Enrique Wilson. He broke his bat, and Pujols is 1 for 3. That'll bring in Drew.
Well, they have been trying to pitch him inside. That's how Mulholland starts out. Fastball in, ball 1. Then he got the fastball over plate, 1-1. A changeup, he turns on, and then a fastball back inside, breaks his bat, and he just doesn't get his leg hits.
You notice any pattern as of late on how to try to pitch Pujols? They've tried just about everything, it seems like.
Well, it looks like they're going hard, but they're burying it further in than other clubs. You know, I mean, but he's still putting the bat on the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike on J.D. Drew. J.D. goes the opposite way. Brian Giles is there and puts it away for out number 2. The second out here in the 6th, and Drew is 1 for 3 with that RBI triple, and that'll bring in Bobby Bonilla, and this time he'll hit from the right side. In his 16th major league season. Pretty good career put together by Bobby Bo.
285 home runs at 5th place all time on switch hitters.
Bonilla shoots this one down the right field line. Slicing foul and out of play.
And Bobby does his most damage when he's batting right-handed. 393 with 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 11 for 28. He feels he can turn on any fastball from this side of the plate and tries to keep his weight back on the off-speed pitches.
1 ball, 1 strike on Bonilla. Langford is on deck. That is ripped, just foul. Bonilla struck out twice. That was against Schmidt, who was impressive here tonight, striking out 8.
Good job by Bobby there to lay off the off-speed pitch.
Two and 2. And a full count on Bobby Bowe. Trying to extend the inning to Ray Langford. 3-2 pitch. Broken bat lifted down the left field line and out of play. As Bonilla shattered the bat. They'll get a new piece of lumber, and we'll do it again with a full count. The 3-2 to Bonilla. He got him. Bonilla struck out 3 times tonight, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Terry Mulholland, the left-hander. The Cardinals lead it by the score of 3-0. Darryl Kile goes back to work as we move to the bottom of the 6th, and it's 3-0 St. Louis. Rob Nikolewski, what's coming up later tonight at 10 on Fox Sports Net?
I'm Rob Nikolewski. Tonight at 10 on the Midwest Sports Report, the Blues look to reclaim home ice advantage in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, and we'll have more on Rick Ankiel's first start in AAA. So join the King and I, Rob King and I, tonight at 10.
All right, Rob, looking forward to that. The Midwest Sports Report coming up at 10 tonight on Fox Sports Net. This is a key part in this game for Darryl Kile. He'll have the heart of the order for the Pirates. It'll be Brian Giles to lead things off, followed by Aramis Ramirez, then Vanderwall, if anybody can reach Young. Kile has struck out 3 on the night, and he's had a lot of help from his defense. As Giles looks at a strike, he has a double tonight, and he's also popped out on a 3-0 pitch to Matheny. Big breaking ball, misses outside. 1-1. It seems like Darryl's starting to really get into a groove. One ball, 1 strike on Giles. Taps that foul.
Darryl Kile just comes right after people and smart enough to realize that he's got a good defense. So there are occasions to get strikeouts, but more importantly, cut down your pitches, throw ground balls.
3-0 Cardinals here in the 6th. And misses up and away to Giles. Signed a big contract last season to stay here in Pittsburgh for a long time. He, along with Kendall, are the cornerstones, and Ramirez, for what they hope to build here in Pittsburgh, which is a championship team, obviously, by Cam Bonifay, the general manager. He spent time in St. Louis. And that's a base hit the opposite way for Giles. And the 7th hit of the night for the Pirates. Let's turn to today's Advanced Auto Division standings. They are as follows. The Cardinals at 22-15, now 7 games above the 500 mark. Lead the division by a game over Houston and Milwaukee. Chicago is fading at 21-17. Cincinnati has struggled without Junior. And Pittsburgh, we've been talking all night about how much they have been struggling. They're 13-25 and 9.5 games out.
You got to take advantage. You got to win when you're against these second-tier teams. And every time you even ask the Cubs to help you out, they can't do it.
They're fading, aren't they?
Well, but we want it. We're kind of rooting for them because we want to keep. Cubs are going to take care of themselves, but we want them to help us out with Houston right now.
And they are scoreless as we speak in the 4th inning. Houston and Chicago. Arizona leads Cincinnati 2-1. That's in the 7th. That's tap foul off the bat of Aramis Ramirez.
Tell you what, Milwaukee's that team that, you know, scores a lot of runs. Boy, they had what, a 9-0 lead last night and had to go extra innings.
Right. And they're ahead tonight in the 6th by the score of 5-0 over the Phillies. We'll see them on Friday night for the first of 3, Philadelphia.
Then we'll see Milwaukee at their new ballpark.
And then off to Cincinnati, then back home. Just getting a piece was Ramirez. 2-1 Florida over San Francisco. That's in the 7th. LA leads Montreal 2-1. That's in the 7th. And San Diego on top of the Mets 4-2 in the 5th. And the Mets continue to struggle, and they just can't get anything going. Pop foul and out of play. We're in the 6th, 3-0 Cardinals. Darryl Kile dealing a shutout so far. Matt Morris will pitch tomorrow night on Fox Family, and Kile is up to 75 pitches on the night.
Well, I'm glad he's going to get into the zone where nobody can hit him. Only a 220 batting average after this pitch.
Rope hit into right. Drew moving over, makes the play near the line and puts it away. Out number 1 off the bat of Ramirez, and that'll bring in John Vanderwall. Ramirez is flied to right, left, and center. He's 0 for 3. Vanderwall is 0 for 2. He is flied to left and grounded back to Darryl Kile, hitting .328. See if Kile can get a double play. Breaking ball and a strike. The Cardinals will have Langford, Matheny, and Kile due up in the top half of the 7th. The Redbirds have been red hot, trying to make it 9 straight here tonight. They outscored the Buccos 32-9 in a 4-game sweep at Busch last week that began last Tuesday. That has just carried over into this series. 8-3 last night, highlighted by Pujols' 14th home run, Bonilla 3-run home run, and leading this one by the score of 3-0. This is the second of their 5 series. They'll play each other 17 times in 2001. Breaking ball. Vanderwall gets under it, and that'll be out of play and in the seats. Now Kile seems to get that breaking ball going now here in the later stages. It takes him a while to get it going, but it seems like now it's starting to settle in.
Well, that's very evident that, you know, it's a feel pitch. You got to get the feel and touch of it, and once you kind of find the release point, then you kind of lock in, and you know. You throw one early in the count to kind of get ahead, then you throw one later in the count that quicker, and you know you can put people away with it or get the ground ball.
And he gets the ground ball here. But an error by Pujols, his 8th of the season. And let's hope that does not come back to haunt Darryl Kile and the Cardinals.
You know, you're going to find that Pujols' errors are when he's aggressive. You know, it's not that he's laying back or anything like that. He's being a little bit aggressive. He tries to circle this one, tried to come in, and he pulled his head up a little bit and the glove. But You know, Kendall made a very good point. The way they have moved him around, you really can't fault him for some of the errors he's made, because he's played in left, he's played in right, he's played at first, he's playing at third. If he was getting steady diet, and he has a little bit, but I mean, if you get 2-3 weeks at one position, then you'll find that a lot of those errors would be erased.
Pujols has made his 8th error of the season. He has played third and first in the outfield as well, left and right. Tony La Russa was saying if something happens to Polanco or Paquette, you will see Albert Pujols playing short.
Absolutely. And I'm convinced we'll see that. He played some shortstop in college.
Said that was his favorite position. He actually played short a little bit in the spring, too.
Yeah, in spring training, they asked him one day, and I remember one day he made a play in spring training that had all the coaches talking about it and saying, wait, how did he do that one?
So Giles is in scoring position as the Pirates are trying to get back on the board, and the tying run is at the plate, and that is Kevin Young, who has just 4 home runs this season. First and second, a ball and no strikes on Young, the Pirates' first baseman. Hit foul.
Then another responsibility of an ace is, now you really do not let those errors come back and haunt you. You really bow your neck, and you really make sure that those fielders that have always worked so hard and trying to help you, you don't let them feel bad about an error they commit.
High fly ball into center. Edmonds is there. Giles will tag at second. The throw by Edmonds will come to second. That's the smart play. So it'll be first and third. And now 2 down. Enrique Wilson will step in. He's 2 for 2.
Well, this pop-up, you see both infielders are signaling to the outfield. The ball's in the air. Pick it up. It's late at night, but that is so important earlier in the game when dusk is settling in, and it's really hard to pick up some of those balls. Just little simple things, but it's the way the game is played properly. Now Dave Duncan out to talk to Kile. Enrique Wilson, he is 2 for 2 in the day, and so they're going to kind of maybe change the approach on this guy.
Got Mears on deck, who is walked and struck out. 1 of 3 strikeouts on the night for Kile. Wilson, as Al mentioned, 2 for 2, hitting close to 300.
With the 2 for 2, he's gotten over 200. 207 currently.
My eyes are going. I can tell you that right now.
That's why I like this new Fox box, especially when they drop down and give the pitch count. I couldn't read the other one.
One ball, no strikes on Wilson. Ooh, that just missed. 2-0. Pujols is even with the bag at third, and they'll hold at first. Bonilla does. Now the count runs to 3-0. A couple of those pitches look like strikes.
I've been very careful with him, and he's had success early. Dave Duncan comes out and talks to him. If you're pitching around him or trying to change the tempo, you don't want to make a careless pitch now, and you want to make sure you get the next guy if you lose this one. Darryl working on the shutout.
3 balls and a strike on Wilson with Mears on deck, and a 3-0 Redbird lead. Winning streak is at 8 games. Man at first is safe. Boy, he had him leading too. Vanderwall was off. and leading towards second, and Kile almost picked him off.
Boy,
This crowd would have gone bananas.
You think this never works, but you see that he's had that false start and does get back ahead of the track. You fake to third, throw to third, throw to first, and he was running on the play.
Vanderwall has 3 stolen bases. He's not going here. The pitch is grounded to second, and the Pirates lead 2 in the inning. Kile gets out of the inning, and the Pirates tonight have left 7 stranded. A shutout being thrown so far. It's 3-0. Cardinal fans, on Sunday, June 17th, when the Cardinals play the White Sox, it's Pasta House Coca-Cola Pennant Day at the ballpark. All fans 15 and under with a paid admission receive a pennant featuring pitcher Matt Morris, courtesy of the Pasta House and Coca-Cola. That'll be Sunday, June 17th. The Cardinals take on the White Sox, a 1:10 start Sunday afternoon at Busch. We welcome you back to PNC Park. 7th inning, 3-0 Redbirds. This facility, constructed along the shore of the Allegheny River and adjacent to Federal Street, was designed by HOK Sports out of Kansas City. Same group that has designed the new ballpark for downtown St. Louis. Here is Ray Langford. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Mulholland working in his 2nd inning. Took over for Jason Schmidt. Langford swings and misses. 0-2. Ray has walked twice.
Yeah, there's a couple party boats going down the river. Boy, what a beautiful setting. You see the Roberto Clemente Bridge. Close that off for motor traffic and just have pedestrian traffic before and during the games. Going right over to the Pittsburgh skyline. Pretty neat sight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think this, as far as our vantage point of looking at just the aesthetics of the stadium, this is the best stadium out of all of them as far as the view of the skyline of the city of Pittsburgh.
I agree. Could this be preview to what we have in St. Louis?
Langford strikes out. That's how we begin the 7th, and he's 0 for 1. That'll bring in Mike Matheny with Kile to follow. 1 out. Here in the 7th, and a 3-0 Redbird lead. The RBIs have gone to Pujols and Drew. Who else? Matheny taps it back to the pitcher. Mulholland spins, throws, got him. 2 down. Mulholland has set down 5 straight.
I can see that was a little bit of a tester for Mulholland. Remember, he was on the disabled list and had knee surgery. So it looked like he was a little tentative in fielding his position and really trying to get over here. See, you're looking at little stutter steps and took his left leg up. Didn't want to plant and throw on that and risk it hurting it again.
Mulholland has made 1 start for the Pirates this year, and now this is his 15th appearance, including that start, so it's primarily been used out of the bullpen. He was with the Braves a year ago. We saw him in postseason play. Kile steps in. He'll hit for himself here in the 7th. 3-0 Redbirds. Darryl tonight has struck out twice. Schmidt made the start for the Pirates, and he struck out 8. Went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, and walked a couple and 5 hits. And now it's Mulholland, and Kile puts this one in play and pops it up. And that'll be 6 straight set down by Mulholland out of the bullpen as Pat Mears puts it away for out number 3 here in the top of the 7th. Tony La Russa and the Cardinals trying to make it 9 straight. They're on their way. This portion of Cardinal Baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom. 30 years, 1 mission, low fares, Southwest Airlines. And by Advanced Auto. The best part is our people. Advanced Auto Parts. Back here in Pittsburgh in PNC Park to begin looking at this site in September of '98. Groundbreaking took place on April 7th of '99, and construction began on April 14th. The official construction began on April 14th of '99, and they put this thing up pretty quickly, and it is beautiful. PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And you can understand when they started seeing it take shape, Giles and Kendall said they want to be part of the renaissance.
Pat Mears to lead things off. Mears is 0 for 1 with a walk, hitting under .250. Struck out back in the fourth. 3-0 Redbirds. Kile back to work, and that's fouled away. 1-1.
Big strikeout there in the fourth inning with runners at first and second. 1 out. 3-2 pitch. They sent the runners. Darryl struck out Mears, and Mike Matheny threw out his 12th base runner in 18 attempts. Threw him out at third.
Ground ball left side. Pujols, who has an error tonight, gathers that in and over to Bobby Bowe. 1 up and 1 down, and the leadoff man retired here in the 7th.
And if you kind of analyze the 8-game winning streak, in virtually every game, one of Andy Bennis's and Ann Kiel's start were the exceptions, but you always saw 6 or 7 solid innings from the starter.
And if you break that down even further, Andy Bennis had said after his start in particular against Pittsburgh, the key to that start was getting the leadoff man in just about every inning.
Absolutely. Get that leadoff man, and of course in Andy's case he has to pitch with less stuff, but he's very capable of doing it. A real key though is he has to pitch inside, keep people honest, keep them away from his off-speed stuff outside.
Abraham Nunez was a pinch hitter last night and came up in a key spot, and Dustin Hermanson set him down. He's hitting .286.
.286, but he's hitless right here in his home ballpark.
2 balls and a strike. And Kile is approaching 100 pitches on the night.
0 for 16 right here at PNC Park. Not a good way to hit 0 for your home.
Make it 0 for 17, right to Placido Polanco, and there's 2 down. Leadoff man Emil Brown will step in with nobody on, 2 away, and be nice if Kile can bear down and have a 1-2-3-7.
Emil Brown is 2 for 3, and the very exciting triple and thrown out at home plate, trying to get the inside of the park homer.
Al, back in '96, Kevin McClatchy and his partners purchased the Pirates with the condition of building a baseball-only ballpark within 5 years, and that season their payroll was at near $10 million. It was around 12 or 13 million. He took over the team and got this ballpark constructed, and many thought he wouldn't do it, and here we are, PNC Park.
Of course, the bad news is they had like a 5-year plan, and they were gearing to have a championship caliber team to move into this ballpark.
Right.
That's kind of gone by the wayside. It all started with their top 3 pitchers all injuring themselves in spring training.
Again, close to 30,000 here tonight, but I would figure with a new ballpark, even though the team is playing terribly, they're off to their worst start since 1985, you would figure there'd be more people here. It seats about 38,000, just a little over, just a shade over 38,000, but some resemblances to Three Rivers the last few years with empty seats. Full count on Emil Brown, who has a pair of hits, and he's also struck out against Kile. Good pitch there by Darryl, and it's fouled out of play. Kile has struck out 3 on the night. Runners in scoring position tonight. The Cardinals 2 for 4, and there you see Pittsburgh 0 for 7, and they have left 7 men on. They have had their opportunities in this game against Kile, and now he has thrown 100. And a shallow left coming on. Langford, he'll put it away. 1-2-3 inning for Darryl Kile. Way to go for for Darryl Kile, the 20-game winner from a year ago, trying to get 6 wins in 2001. They'll do so if they can hold on. We'll move to the top of the 8th. 3-5-1 for St. Louis, 0-7-1 for the Pirates. The Cardinals have left 3 on the night, the Pirates 7. Today's play of the game is brought to you by Budweiser. With the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you.
You know, Brown in the 5th inning, he hits a triple down in the left field corner. They try to stretch it into an inside the park home run, but perfect execution. Langford to Polanco to Matheny, and he's out at the plate.
7-6-2 on that play at the plate. Back in the 5th inning to keep it scoreless for the Pirates. Joe Beimel will come into this game for Pittsburgh, their 3rd pitcher. Schmidt started it. Mulholland 2 scoreless innings, and now Joe Beimel. First man he'll face is Paquette, and Craig has had a tough night from that leadoff spot in the order. He struck out 3 times. Schmidt, by the way, struck out 8. Mulholland struck out 1, did not give up a hit in his 2 innings of work, and here is Beimel. 3-0 Redbirds. Ground ball hit to short, and Paquette is 0 for 4 on the night. For weeknights, it's Totally NASCAR, only on Fox Sports Net. Your exclusive all-access garage pass with 30 minutes of NASCAR news and highlights, plus the latest developments on what's gearing up for that week's race. Totally NASCAR, weeknights at 6, only here on Fox Sports Net. Here's Polanco, who has a pair of base hits. He has scored a run, playing short once again tonight for Renteria, nursing that quad. 2 for 3 for Placido, and hitting .345. 1 out, nobody on. Beimel suffered his first major league loss Saturday night in Milwaukee. He's been scored upon just once in his last 5 outings, span of over 7 innings. Edmonds is on deck. Strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Cardinals saw Beimel in St. Louis in that 4-game sweep. He is from Duquesne University right here in Pittsburgh.
Redbirds tomorrow will be on Fox Family. That'll come your way at 6. We will see Matt Morris, who is 5-2, take to the hill. Fouled away off the bat of Polanco. Then the way it's set up for the weekend series against the Phillies, it'll be Mike Matthews Friday night making his first start of the season. He's 1-0 with an ERA that is under 2, 1.10. Then Andy Bennis and Dustin Hermanson on Sunday, and Hermanson can put him right up there with Kyle and Morris as far as his last 5 outings. He's been dominant. And Polanco strikes out. 2nd out here in the top half of the 8th. Doug Stanton doing a great job on the graphics as always, and the Cardinals and Phillies will come your way at 5:30. Cardinal baseball on Fox Sports Net.
You know, Beimel's done a nice job. He really looked like he pitched an A and Double-A last season. He was a starter. He is 6'2", 200 pounds, only 23 years of age.
Here's Edmonds.
He has since turned 24. Usually happens after you're 23, your next birthday you turn 24.
Nobody on, 2 away for Edmonds. Looks at a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Jim tonight, it's fly to right, has a base hit and flied out to left. He's also had a run scored. 3-0. And Pujols is on deck.
I'm a little bit of a sneaky fastball, and Edmonds usually very good at picking up the pitches of young pitchers. Jim will look for it. He'll look for how the pitcher holds the ball in his glove. Does he turn it one way, the wrist, cock it, or something, trying to set the fastball or the breaking ball? There he was fooled, though.
88-mile-an-hour fastball from Beimel.
And he looks like he's sneaky fast. He
Yeah.
doesn't really throw hard, but the ball gets there very quickly. Very efficient wind-up.
Edmonds called out on strikes. It was 3-0, and then he came back to strike him out. Darryl Kile is trying to become the second 6-game winner in the National League. He'll go back to work here in the 8th. 3-0 St. Louis. Darryl Kile back to work. He's thrown just over 100 pitches. On the field, they're invincible, but off the field, they're all too human. Fox Sports takes a look at the athletes you thought you knew this week. Roy Jones Jr. was raised by his father to become the greatest fighter of his era. Find out about that fighter, Roy Jones Jr. Sunday at 8, right here on Fox Sports Net. Kendall, Giles, and Ramirez. A dangerous part to the Pirates' order here. And the first pitch misses low and away. 87 miles an hour from Kile. Kendall tonight 0 for 3. Is grounded to third, grounded to short, and grounded back to Kile.
Because of the heart of the order, this is really the tough inning. The 8th inning, and a good start to it.
Polanco, Bonilla, 1 down. And Kendall is 0 for 4. The Cardinals do have action in their bullpen. The left-hander, Steve Klein.
That was why it was so important for Darryl to get the first man, because then you start bringing up Giles, then Ramirez, and then Vanderwall. The heart of the order and the guys that can do the most damage.
Cardinals are 5 outs away from 9 straight. And a chance at their 6th straight win over the Pirates. Giles looks at a breaking ball. 0-2. 2 straight breaking balls to the left-handed hitting Giles. What does he do here? This is inside with a breaking ball. 1-2.
That was the harder one. So 3 straight breaking balls, couple get ahead ones, and then try and bury him.
Fastball. Ooh, just missed outside, but he hit his spot.
Yeah, it was up and away, trying to get him to chase, but now the count is 2-2. Fastball inside.
Giles pops it into left. Langford is there and puts it away. Out number 2.
Ball up there is a pitcher's pitch, and still very efficient. 108 pitches, 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
And Al, if you look at what Kile has done, it's now 9 straight he has set down, with the exception of the error by Pujols, and I include that in the 9 straight. Ramirez will step in. He leads the club with 9 home runs, and a nasty breaking ball thrown there by Kile.
And a wild swing. You're trailing by 3 and getting late in the ball game. You need base runners. You can't win it with a 1 swing.
Make it 0-2. Ramirez has flied to left, flied to center, flied to right.
I guess they've made some changes.
Oh.
They try to get him to chase in the fastball up.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and let's see what he comes with here.
Didn't want the fastball, wants the curveball.
Did he go? You betcha. Strikeout number 4 on the night for Darryl Kile. He's 3 outs away from a complete game shutout and the 9th straight victory for the Redbirds. Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Net was brought to you by Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers. We all make a difference. Budweiser. That was a look just beyond the right field wall. And the seats here at PNC Park. Here's Albert Pujols, and he'll look at a ball. We're in the 9th, 3-0 St. Louis, and Kile is on the verge of a complete game shutout. And the 9th straight victory for the Cardinals if he can hold on. 3-0 Redbirds.
Going to say, if this game goes according to script, this is where the Cardinals add an insurance run or 2. Outscore the opponents by plenty, and usually they get some late scoring.
The 2-0 to Pujols. 2-1. Albert has an RBI tonight. Now with 44 on the year. Big swing and a miss there. 2-2 to even the count. Helton came in, Colorado, with 45 RBIs. Now Pujols has 44, and Pujols pops this one up. Kendall giving chase, and that'll find the seats out of play. 2-2. With a hit tonight, he has 54 on the season. Pujols does. Rich Aurelia of San Francisco with 55, and Aurelia leads the league in batting average at .399. And I do believe, Al, that Sammy Sosa's hit home run number 400 tonight for the Cubs.
Well, I'm rooting for the Cubs just tonight.
They're taking on Houston.
Well, that's only because I don't worry about the Cubs.
Pujols pops it into shallow right. In foul ground, the second baseman can't make the play. That is Pat Mears, and here come the boos.
Nothing seems to be going right for the Buccos right now. Overruns this pop-up. Second baseman has a much better angle, and it's back behind him.
That play has got to be made.
Oh, definitely has to be made.
Pujols a chance for the second life here. Hit left side to Ramirez, and one down. That's how we start play here in the ninth. Let's turn now to tonight's Pizza Hut perfect delivery of the game, and it'd be JD's Drew RBI triple back in the fourth. Al?
Now he smokes this ball out there, and see, he doesn't really turn it on until after he gets past there, and then you really saw the afterburners kick in when he rounded second.
Trying to get down the front with that great speed. One out here in the ninth, and Drew now at 30 RBIs.
JD frequently tries to do this, you know, especially with one out. I'd rather have him take shots at the short right field porch.
Good play there by Kevin Young. The flip, and they get him. Two down, nobody on, and that'll bring in Bobby Bowe.
Pretty nonchalant from Kevin Young. Makes a nice backhanded stop. And a routine, then he feeds his pitcher covering the bag. It's a foot race, and Beimel just beats JD. So they've had great relief pitching. 2 shutout innings by Mulholland, and 5 straight set down by this lefty.
Bonilla looks at a strike. Bobby Bowe tonight has struck out 3 times.
Got the hat trick, trying to avoid the golden sombrero.
Langford awaits on deck. 1-1. Bonilla down the left field line, hooking foul. The Cardinals have 5 hits on the night. 4 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and the fourth was the damage in this game. That one just missed outside, evens the count.
They're going stranded 3 runners. They've only had, what, 7 base runners total.
You're looking ahead, it'll be Vanderwall, Young, and Enrique Wilson for the Pirates in their half of the ninth, in their final chance against Kile. Bonilla shoots this one into center. And that's put away. So here we go. Darryl Kile will try to complete this game. 3-0 Redbirds. Darryl Kile back to work. We'll move to the bottom of the ninth. A chance for him to pick up victory number 6. It would be a complete game if he can hold on. Rob Nikolewski, what's coming up at 10 tonight on Fox Sports Net?
I'm Rob Nikolewski. Tonight at 10 on the Midwest Sports Report, the Blues look to reclaim home ice advantage in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, and we'll have more on Rick Ankiel's first start in AAA. So join the King and I, Rob King and I, tonight at 10.
That's coming up at 10 tonight on Fox Sports Net. Darryl Kile back to work, trying to complete this game and a shutout. Vanderwall, Young, and Wilson. John Vanderwall, the right fielder, is flying to left, grounded back to Kile, and reached on an air. 3-0 St. Louis. First pitch, a strike. And Kile, if you look back, Al, has had 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. And he is set down 10 straight.
Getting ahead of everyone.
Ahead here 0-2.
Darryl has 26 complete games and 8 shutouts. Hopefully we can make that 9 shutouts, 27 complete games.
He also had a no-hitter while with the Astros. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball. Into shallow right, coming on. J.D. Drew and makes the play. He broke back, then came back in with that great speed and made the play near the foul line, and there's 1 out. Two outs away. Young will step in. He is flying to right, flying to center. He also has a base hit. That was back in the 4th. Kile has struck out 4 on the night. Ripped right at short. 1 out away for Kile.
On fumes, but you can smell it, and you got to dig down deep and get it.
One out away, and it's up to Enrique Wilson to extend this game. He has a pair of base hits against Kile. The Pirates have 7 on the night, and the first to him, a strike on the outside corner. 2 strikes away for Kile.
Boy, has he been efficient. A nice, cool evening, so the fatigue factor is not there, and you just keep on throwing.
The next one is inside. It was an error made by Pujols. That was back in the 6th inning. Since then, what has he done? Set down 10 straight. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 strike away. Did a smart thing right there. He just kind of took an extra deep breath, kind of didn't want to rush it, put him away now.
The 1-2 pitch, up the middle. Paquette throws on the run, got him! 9 straight wins, complete game, shutout victory for Darryl Kile. His 6th of the season, and the Cardinals win this one 3-0.
Oh, just an outstanding now. Matt Morris and Darryl Kile, they both have shutouts, and we said that whatever Darryl does, then Matt tries to match.
And Matt Morris will try to get his 6th victory tomorrow night. 3-0. Redbird victory. Back with more in a moment. 3-5-1 for the Cardinals. 0-7-2 for the Pirates. Schmidt takes the loss. Darryl Kile the win. He's the second 6-game winner in the National League. The Cardinals win it 3-0.
Well, the Cardinals ran up some good pitching right here. They held to 5 hits, but 4 in a row in the 4th inning. Polanco, Edmonds, Pujols, and Drew, and the Cardinals got their 3 runs, and Darryl Kile made it stand up.
Kile is now 6-2, and the Redbirds have now won, folks, 9 straight. They're 23 and 15 and atop the National League Central. Our next telecast will be Friday night from Philadelphia, Veterans Stadium, 5:30, with Cardinals tonight here on Fox Sports Net. Coming up next, it's You Got to See This, followed by Beyond the Glory, then the Midwest Sports Report at 10. The Cardinals behind Darryl Kile shut out the Pirates. Let's go Blues. Cardinals do their job. Hopefully the Blues do as well.